In a small village lived a 12-year-old boy named Adam. Adam lived with his mother in a tiny old house made of bricks and tin sheets. During rainy nights, water leaked from the roof. Sometimes they had no electricity for days. His father had died when he was very young, so his mother worked in different houses washing clothes and cleaning floors just to feed him. Even though they were poor, Adam had one big dream. He wanted to study. Every morning, Adam walked several kilometers to school wearing old shoes with holes in them. His school bag was torn, and his uniform was faded. The rich students often laughed at him. "Look at his clothes. He smells poor. Why does he even come here?" But Adam ignored them, because deep inside his heart, he believed one thing: education can change my life. He studied harder than everyone else. He stayed awake late at night reading old books under a dim light while his mother slept beside him after a long day of work. One night, his mother looked at him and smiled softly. "Adam," she said, "one day you will become a great man." Adam smiled back. "I promise, Mom, I will change our lives." One morning, while Adam was sitting in class, a teacher entered the room. "Adam," she said coldly, "the principal wants to see you." The entire classroom became silent. Adam slowly walked toward the principal's office. Inside the office, the principal sat behind a large desk. He looked angry. "Adam," he said, "your school fees have not been paid for 3 months." Adam lowered his head. "I know, sir. My mother is trying." The principal interrupted him. "Trying is not enough." Adam's hands trembled. "Sir, please give me a little more time." The principal stood up angrily. "This school is not a charity. Rich parents pay good money for their children to study here. We cannot allow poor students like you to ruin our reputation." Adam felt tears filling his eyes. "Sir, I study hard. I always come first in class." But the principal did not care. "You may be smart," he said, "but intelligence does not pay fees." Then he pointed toward the door. "You are expelled." Adam froze. It felt like his entire world had collapsed. As he walked outside carrying his books, students stared at him. Some whispered, some laughed. One boy shouted loudly, "The poor kid got kicked out." Everyone laughed. Adam tried not to cry, but the pain was too much. That day, he walked home alone under heavy rain. When Adam entered the house, his mother immediately noticed his face. "What happened?" she asked nervously. Adam stayed silent, but tears rolled down his cheeks. His mother understood everything. She hugged him tightly. "I'm sorry, my son," she whispered. That night, Adam heard his mother crying quietly while he pretended to sleep. The next morning, she took out a small gold ring. It was the only valuable thing she owned, a gift from Adam's father before he died. "I will sell this," she said. "You must continue school." But Adam held her hand. "No, Mom." She looked shocked. "But your education." Adam shook his head. "You already sacrificed enough for me. Now it's my turn." His mother's eyes filled with tears. "Adam, I promise," he said firmly, "one day I will make you proud." The next day, Adam started working at a small grocery shop in town. He carried heavy boxes, cleaned floors, and worked long hours for very little money. The owner was strict and rude. "Work faster," he shouted constantly. Sometimes Adam returned home exhausted, his hands dirty and sore. But he never gave up. At night, after work, he continued studying using old books people had thrown away. While other teenagers slept peacefully, Adam studied under streetlights because electricity at home often stopped working. People in the village laughed at him. "You think studying will make you rich? You're wasting your time. Poor people stay poor forever." But Adam ignored them all. Because pain had made him stronger. Years passed. Adam became older, wiser, and more determined. At the age of 19, Adam learned about online business from an old computer in a public library. He became fascinated. "This is my chance," he thought. He started learning everything for free: marketing, websites, selling products online. But success did not come easily. His first business failed completely. He lost all his savings. Then he tried again. Failure. Again. Failure. People mocked him. "Look at the poor dreamer. He thinks he'll become a millionaire." Even relatives told him to stop dreaming. But Adam remembered the humiliation he faced in school. And every time he wanted to quit, he remembered the principal's words. "You don't belong here." Those words became fuel for his ambition. One day, Adam launched a small online clothing business. This time, things were different. He worked day and night. He answered customer messages himself, packed orders himself, delivered products himself. Slowly, the business started growing. Months later, sales exploded. Then investors noticed him. Within a few years, Adam became one of the youngest successful businessmen in the country. He bought a beautiful house for his mother. For the first time in her life, she no longer had to work. One evening, she looked around the house in disbelief. "All this," she whispered, "you did this?" Adam smiled. "No, Mom, we did this." His mother cried tears of happiness. One morning, Adam looked at an old photograph from his childhood school. Memories came rushing back, the insults, the humiliation, the laughter. Then he made a decision. A few days later, a long black luxury car stopped outside the same school gate. Students stared in amazement. Teachers whispered among themselves. The school principal walked outside curiously. Then the car door opened. Adam stepped out wearing an elegant suit. The principal looked shocked. Adam smiled calmly. "Yes, sir." The principal suddenly became nervous. "What brings you here?" Adam looked around the school slowly. Then he said something nobody expected. "I came to buy this school." The principal's face turned pale. "What? I heard the school is struggling financially," Adam said. "I'd like to purchase it." The principal could not believe it. The same poor boy he once insulted was now richer and more powerful than him. A week later, the school officially belonged to Adam. Teachers, students, and villagers gathered in the main hall for a special announcement. Everyone waited silently. Adam walked onto the stage. The principal stood in the corner quietly, unable to look him in the eyes. Adam took a deep breath and began speaking. "Years ago, I stood in this school as a poor student. The hall became silent. I was humiliated because my mother could not pay my fees. Some teachers lowered their heads in shame. I remember walking home in the rain feeling worthless." Adam paused. "But today, I stand here not for revenge." Everyone listened carefully. "I stand here to change things." He looked at the students. "No child should ever feel ashamed for being poor." The audience became emotional. Then Adam announced, "From today onward, this school will provide free education for poor children." The hall exploded with applause. Some teachers cried. Students cheered loudly. Adam then looked directly at the principal. "Education should build dreams, not destroy them." The principal lowered his head in shame. That night, Adam stood outside the school looking at the stars. His mother stood beside him proudly. "You kept your promise," she whispered. Adam smiled softly. "Yes, Mom." The same school that once rejected him had now become a place of hope for thousands of poor children. And from that day forward, no student was ever expelled because of poverty again.